Well, hello, welcome back. If you don't know me yet, I'm Celina and I'm currently in the end of my gap year. So I decided to make a video on this because, it's a very important topic and a lot of people ask me questions about this. So I'm gonna divide this video in 3 sections. The first one is, should you take a gap year? If you're wondering if you should take it, I'm gonna break it down to you in like 4 questions that for me are the questions that you should make yourself before deciding to take a gap year. In the second part, I'm gonna tell you my story. Why did I decide to take a gap year and what did I do? In the third part, I'm gonna tell you what you can do in your gap year if you are currently on your gap year or if you're thinking about taking a gap year and you've decided to do it. So I'm gonna help you with that and I hope you enjoyed this video. So in the first place, what is a gap year? A gap year is a year you take off between, for example, high school and university, or university and a graduate job. I think that's a thing. But basically, you can take a gap year after you graduate too, or after a master's, or after a PhD. Like, it's never too late to do it. So you must be wondering, if you're not familiar with this, why do people take gap years? Basically, sometimes you don't know what you want to study, you're not sure about it, and you just need time to stop and ask yourself and get to know yourself. What do you like? What do you want to do? Because this is a big thing. People change areas throughout their careers. It's not like you're gonna pick this subject and you will have to work on that area for the rest of your life. Stop thinking like that. The market doesn't work like that anymore. A lot of people do a degree in one area and end up working in a complete different one. It depends if you have the skills, if you have the knowledge, and if you're good on it. Now that you know what a gap year is, you need to ask these 4 questions to yourself before deciding to take it. 1, are you feeling insecure about your course that you're gonna start? Like, are you sure that you want to do that? Are you sure you want to study that for like 3 or 4 years? I don't know how many years is that course, but are you committed to that? Because you should love what you're studying at university. Second, you're gonna spend lots of time studying it, so you better like it. Number 3, can you support your studies? Because university is very expensive in some countries. Even if you're worried financially, remember that your university might have scholarships, your government might give you a scholarship, and even like independent organizations, they offer that. They offer bursaries, they offer scholarships, they offer you loans. So you have many options to be able to financially support yourself at university. So if that's your main concern, think twice. And the last question is, do you think you could benefit more from a gap year than going to university right away? So this is the second part of the video. That is my story. What did I do in my gap year and why did I take it? I knew what I wanted to do, but I was doing the wrong course. I wanted to do law, but when you apply for university in the UK, it's a year before. So at that time, I thought I wanted to do history with politics. And believe me, when I got to university and I got my history books, I started reading them and I was like, oh no, cancel this, I don't want this. And I ended up dropping out. Basically why I did it, it's in the video about why I dropped out of university. That is on my channel, and out of nowhere I was in a gap year and I was like, okay, I was not ready for this, what should I do? I did spend nearly a month in university in Portugal. I was studying politics with international relations, and that helped me realizing how much I loved politics, but it also made me realize how bad Portuguese universities are compared to the British universities. Like, they don't have the facilities, the staff, and some universities offer like amazing stuff and amazing opportunities, but I'm not saying they're bad. Just compared to the ones in the UK, they're not that good. Yeah, I received an offer to go to the UK again, and that's why I dropped out again of university, and I spent nearly a month at home. And what did I do with a full month at home, you ask me? Nothing. I spent that month watching Netflix series. I watched so many of them, and I sent my CV to every opportunity I could find. And you know how many calls I received in that month? 0. It's not easy to get a job. So I only found a job in December in this football club, and I worked there for 4 months. It was really good. It was my first real job, not like my first work experience. It was serious. It was great because it made me be more mature. I had to be an adult. I was working. Then after that, I backpacked Europe with my Interrail pass. I did it for almost a month. I went to the Netherlands, Belgium, France, Italy, England, and then I went back to my hometown in Azores. Then I had this job for a week where they made me work 72 hours per week. 72 hours per week. That's 12 hours per day. I was devastated with that job. That was definitely illegal, but they refused to give us contracts. They refused to follow the law, and it was very hard because last year I worked there for a full month because I really needed the money. But it was not worth it. So I left. I quit that job, and the day I quit, I received a call from Brittany Melville offering me an interview. I went to this interview, I got accepted, and I worked there for 2 months. After that, I went to a festival where I camped for a full week. I have a video on that too, and I pointed here because I'm hoping this is the right side. But yeah, after that, I'm currently on that time period, but I'm spending 4 weeks in my family, and after that I'm moving abroad. That's my gap year. And yeah, it was very limited because of my budget. I needed to save money for university because that was my top priority, and then with the spare money because it's never spare money, but yeah, I traveled a lot, and I'm very thankful for what I did. And I also learned how to cook this year. I started doing yoga last week actually, but I started that's what counts. And oh, I improved my French. I was really bad, like really bad. And I studied through Duolingo, which is an app that allows you to study a language that you want. To have so many languages, which is incredible, and it's free, it's amazing. And yeah, I used to study almost every day, like for a lot of months every day, but now I'm slacking. But yeah, it really helped me. I can speak basic French now, and that's a miracle for me because I was that bad. Third part of this video: what can you do on your gap year? So this is all my suggestions. I'm not saying do all of them. I'm not saying do any of them. I'm just saying some ideas, you know, you might feel inspired. Work where you live. Everyone talks about working abroad. That's good, but if you're not ready for that yet, work where you live. Get a part-time job, full-time job, whatever you can find. Take dance classes, why not? Martial art classes, yoga classes, music classes, drama classes, whatever you want to do, do it if it's available to you. Learn your language. You don't have to pay for an expensive course to do it. But if you're able to pay for that, then go to that country and learn the language there. There's so many opportunities to do that kind of thing. But you have free apps that teach you languages, and some of them are really, really good. Travel a lot if that's possible. Travel where your budget allows you to. You can travel in your own country. You can backpack the world. You cannot hate me for this one, but join the army. The army is not just about war. They help people in humanitarian crisis. That's what I mean. That's what I want to say, yeah. For example, in Portugal, you can join the army for a full year, and then you can quit if you want. Work abroad. You can work in another country and you can earn what they pay there. That's the biggest advantage from working abroad. You're getting to know a new culture. You might learn a new language if you want. I don't know. Work on a cruise, that's a funny idea. I saw that on a website and I thought that was so cool. Why didn't I remember that before? Work on Disneyland. I applied to work on Disneyland actually. I thought it was super cool. It would be such a good opportunity because it's fun. I mean, it's Disneyland. You can also work in a farm. I know like in Australia they offer a lot of that. So I mean, why not? Volunteer abroad, but also volunteer where you live. Like sometimes you don't even notice how much your community needs you. Like clean the beaches where you live, clean the ocean, clean the streets, help children, give like free tutoring, help the elderly people. There are like so many opportunities for you to contribute to your community. Apply to do an internship. It can be in the area that you're interested in working, or it could be a completely different area and you'll be challenging yourself. Teach abroad. You can teach your language or a language that you know, or you can even teach a sport like ski, because I found out now before doing this video that that's a thing. Read, like read all the books that you wanted to read before and you didn't have the time. You could be a mentor in a summer camp. You can apply to do an academic year abroad. Even if you have finished your high school in your country, you could do that in another country. You'd be doing like an extra year, but I think that's super cool. You could apply to do a foundation year abroad or even in your country if that's available to you. You can retake a subject in your school to improve your grades. You could apply for an acting job. Like if you like drama, that's gonna be super cool for you. But imagine if you're not a good actor, you could always be that person in the background. Like just imagine that. You can pick fruit. Apparently that's a job that gives you good money. It's very hard. I've done that once, but it's good pay. You could spend time in the countryside. Like for me, I went back to the Azores. So I could like reconnect with nature and all of that. Like if you live in a city, you're gonna enjoy it. You could apply to be a model. It's just a button. Just put your photos, fill the details and press send. Nothing to lose, and you could be surprised with the result. You can start a blog or a YouTube channel. It's always fun to document your experiences. Sell stuff that you don't use anymore. I started to do that and I earned some money, which was really good for me. Like be creative. If you're good with arts, like create stuff, paint stuff and sell them. You can create your own business. If you like that kind of stuff, that's your opportunity. You have the time to do it. You could teach one of your skills. It could be like playing piano or any instrument. It could be editing, painting, photography, singing. It could be a language that you know, like, and you can earn a lot of money with that, which is great. You could become a tutor in your school or in an academy. Like a lot of places need students to be tutors of another students, like younger students. So if you're good at a subject, apply to be a tutor. You can learn how to play a new instrument. It's always fun. You can start a new sport, like learn how to play football, rugby, basketball, volleyball, surf, ski, skate. You do a summer course in another country. That's challenging. If you like photography, you can take photos and sell them online. That could become your new hobby. You could develop that skill. You could be an au pair. I seriously considered this one. Basically, you go to another country to babysit their children and they pay you, give you a room and give you food. Imagine saying I hiked the Himalayas. How cool is that? So yeah guys, I hope these ideas inspired you in any way. And yeah guys, that was all. I hope you really think about it through. Think about you, think about what you need, think about what you want. And yeah, this is about you, this is your life, this is your time. So yeah, that's it guys. Bye.